Howdy everyone, this is Locknuts, and you're watching episode 22 of Kleines Land. Hopefully you'll stick around to see what happens. Howdy, 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 how are you guys doing today? Oh my goodness. Well, I tell you what. There was a slight snafu. It was entirely my fault. What ended up happening is I started recording this episode directly after I had finished recording the last one. And the way I start off every episode is I make sure I say howdy to every last one of you. Well, unfortunately, I left off and started talking as if it was just part of the last episode. So I wanted to make sure I took the opportunity to come in and say howdy to every last one of you. So here's for a little bit more confusion. Oh man, and this is where we go from here. Welcome back, everyone. Well, as you can see, our cash has gone up, and at this point, cotton prices have topped out at, where was it? $8,113. So we're going to go ahead and take this load on over there. Now, we have taken all of the silage over and sold it at the barn for 300 and some odd dollars per 1,000 liters. Currently, our current total is $60,195 off of the silage. Now, the reason why I say it's a current total is because we have like 3,000 liters left in the silage bunker that has yet to be picked up. I noticed that prices were good on this, so I decided we'd come over here and take care of this. Because like you had seen in that little video prior, I was alternating using the tractor to pick the silage up, throw it in the back of this particular trailer. Ooh, 12,000, almost 13,000 of bonus harvest. Ooh, good deal, good deal. Like I was saying, we were taking the tractor, filling this up with a bucket, and also taking the loading wagon and filling that up as well. And I actually took this vehicle and the other the Doots and had that drive back and forth. So we were constantly moving, constantly filling this thing up. But we finally got it. It's good times. We're ready to rock and roll. And if you guys do remember, this field over here, this field right here cost us $76,000, so we almost paid for that field completely with the silage. So that is absolutely great. That is absolutely great. And if you remember, we did have some cash on hand at the time, so that also is pretty darn cool. So at this point, I am going to go ahead and repay just about all of it. We'll leave a little bit of extra cash in the mix for us. We're probably going to be paying that off really soon. It is a good feeling. It is a good feeling not to be in debt or to be close to being out. Oh, my goodness. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, so that's, boy, yeah. I guess what are you going to do? The next purchase I know that we're going to end up making here is because we did plant sugar beets on this field, I do want to purchase the equipment. So we will be in the hole again a little bit regardless of whether we pay stuff off prior to that. Those couple things, oh man, articulating. Oh. Yeah, so we'll plan on even probably taking out some debt even if we don't have that stuff 100% paid off, because let's see here, let's take a look at this really quick. Yeah, that strip is still growing yet, so we're, oh no. Well, now we're just causing a backup. That's not cool at all. Yeah, what I was going to say is that, you know, even that stuff that we're going to go ahead and purchase, it's not going to be super expensive. So I have a pretty darn good feeling that with this sugar beet harvest, come on, you can do it. Oh no. Oh man. Oh boy. And you know, this is why I can't have nice things, because I just don't know how to take care of them. There we go. Now let's see if I can finagle this around. Oh, come on, you can make it past that. Alright, winning. Now we're starting to win again. Oh. Oh, jeez. So, what I was saying is that with this field right here, we're going to make a ton of cash off this field. It's probably not going to be earth-shattering money, but if you do remember, ooh, where is it? Is it underneath this? No, it's not underneath this. It's over here. Beet technology. Sugar beets can be harvested foliage cut with a home topper like this one. So we could get this guy right here. That digs the sugar beets up. That's a home topper 2.73. So we'll end up getting this one. I think this is the harvester that we used last time, and then this is where going to be the big purchase is going to end up being. But if you look at that, we'll use this, we'll use this, we'll buy that, we'll buy these three things right here. We'll have them for when we need them. So will we make 35,000 off that? No. No, I really don't think we will. Oh, good Lord, I've done it again. But I will say that we probably... All right, come on, let's get out of here. We probably will end up making 20,000. Though that's a pretty bold statement, I would say. But I think it's very doable. And if you think about it, whatever we don't make, or I should say whatever cash we can't make up, we're going to make up with the sugar beet harvest. I should say not the sugar beet harvest, the cotton harvest that we're going to do. Because cotton's not going to be something we do all the time, every time. My thought on this is that we have that field, fields 2 and 5. Maybe we'll go ahead and buy up field, I don't know, let's say we buy field 10. Field 10 will be the only field that we do the cotton harvest on. And that's it. 10 will be our cotton harvest field. We'll never do all of these again unless we need a lot of cash all at once. With that being said, I'm still going to try and not have that happen. Maybe we'll do it, maybe we don't. Oh, wait, no. It's a close one. Maybe we'll do it. Maybe we don't do it. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you. I'm going to try and not have that happen, but I don't want our main source of income to be cotton, because let's face it, just that 1,000 liters, 2,000 liters, whatever it was that I made in the bonus harvest 12 grand, almost 13 grand. In that total harvest that we had on that field, I think it was almost $6,000, or $6,000, 6,000 liters. We're going to have an immense amount of cash, especially if we go ahead and we wait until prices are really good. Now, because we don't have any storage, we pretty much have just the vehicle, the harvester, which holds 14,000 liters. Plus, we have the trailer that holds 14,700 liters. So, between the two of them, we'll have 28,000 liters. Now, I don't think we'll ever be in a position where that ends up being the case, but it is how we're going to have to store things. Plus, if cotton contracts do pop up, that's a possibility. We did take a contract a little while ago. I think it was we'll find out right here. Field 8. We planted field 8, and it was cotton. So, if we go ahead and do the harvest on that field, we're going to make some pretty darn good cash, I would say. Now, like I said, I don't want the rest of the series from here on out to be all cotton all the time. The white gold of Kleines Land. No, I don't want to do that. Cotton's good. It makes a ton of cash on this map, but I think that would almost be forcing this into early retirement. Now, I'm not trying to milk this gameplay series and drag it out for as long as I possibly can. That's not the goal of this. But I think we would end up rushing through the whole process. And if I really were to hit cotton really hard, let's say I buy up field 6 or field 8 or whatever. Yeah, it's going to cost a lot of money, but I'll probably make that cash back in one harvest. Now, multiply that by all the fields I have doing cotton, I'll get up over the $1 million in no time. Is that right? Is it wrong? I don't know. But I feel like I'd want to work for it a little bit harder, if that makes any sense to you guys. Work towards the end goal. Yeah, cotton's good. Yeah, cotton's great. But, I'd rather put in a little bit more time and effort than finding the quick and easy way out. It definitely would allow us to buy animals faster. But, I guess that's okay with me if we don't do it that way. So, I think I'm going to go ahead, sit back and relax and do my new favorite pastime of just cultivating the fields. Yeah, I think I'm going to relax for a little bit. Tilling up the land. Oof, gotta love it. Welcome back, everyone. And as you may or may not be able to tell, it is time for the sugar beet harvest. Oh my goodness, I am stoked. I'm ready. I'm raring to go. But before we jump into that, as you can see, we have a couple different bits and pieces over here. Yeah, I know I'm driving through land that's not my own. I do apologize if that offends anybody. But, yeah, it is what it is. So what we did end up doing is we ended up taking the loan right back on out, even though we just got done paying it off. Let's see if we open that up. Perfect. Get that over there like that. Turn this guy off for a second. I do have a helper out there. It's actually courseplay out there. I had to help it out, do some of the stuff around the outside edges so stuff could get rocking and rolling. But the thought process is I have a helper over there who's actually, it doesn't look like it right now, but he will be helping. He is helping. I just got to keep telling myself that. So they'll go ahead. And cut the helms off. One thing that did happen over here, though, is when I was going around the edge. Now, I don't know if this is something that's unique or what, but these, because these were not mature yet, I did not cut the tops off. It did not destroy the crops. I was unaware of that. Same thing with the wheat. The wheat that's out here. The helm topper does not destroy the wheat. I'm confused by that. I would have figured that it would have plowed that over and that would have been that, but apparently not. So we'll see if the sugar beet picker, harvester, over there, whatever you want to call it, actually goes ahead and does what it's supposed to. So let's get off to the side here for just 1 second because I do want to go over something really, really quick. We did go ahead and purchase all that stuff. We did have to take a loan out, so now we're back up to $45,000 in the hole. It is what it is. I do apologize. But let's take a look at this because one of the things that we were kind of interested in was what did we all have left over in our silo nearest to us? And what is actually over there is just corn, and that is it. And corn, we have 12,263 liters of corn in there, so anything over that is all over by the pigs. I was thinking about selling this, but I think we can get corn higher price than that, so I'm going to hold off for the time being and wait. But with that being said, canola prices are going up right now, and our canola field is ready to harvest. So we will see where this ends up topping out, but I am going to be very busy over here taking care of this. So now I just have to try and remember what I need to do. So I'm going to turn the harvester on. I'm going to lower the harvester down. And if I remember, on PC, it's Control I, which is like the unload your, like if you have a wagon or something and it's not unloading where it needs to, you can just click the Control I on PC and it unloads the stuff wherever the heck it is that you need it. So I am going to do that right now. As it's saying, I don't have access to that land, so I can't dump my material on that land, but that should not matter. And I don't remember, does that destroy the crops? No, it does not destroy the crops. That's right. Once you do the helm or helm topper, then it does not matter. Okay, so this is where that should be working, and it's not. Gosh darn it. Control I, there we go. Control I. There we go. That's what should have been happening before, but for some reason it was not. Let's get that off of there, and here we go. Well, I am definitely stoked about this right here, just to see how all of this ends up working out. We're going to have a lot. We are going to have a lot of sugar beets. I am hoping that this should be a much easier harvest. I know I mentioned this maybe the last episode, or maybe honestly I don't remember when. This moment right now is just after a couple minutes just after I did that little intro where I told you I goofed up. So I don't remember off the top of my head when or what was all said about the severity of what's going on here. So yeah, I'm thinking this is going to be a much easier time for us to be picking all this stuff up. Now, the one thing that I am a little leery about is, if you guys remember back, oh geez, I don't even remember how many episodes it was ago, where we did our sugar beet harvest over on field 2, it was. We had quite the struggle bus going on just because there was that fenced off area in the back. And Sorry about that, guys. You're going to get a little blip right there. I had to take care of something really quick. Um, no, what I was saying was that last episode that we actually had done the sugar beets, two things happened. We ran into quite the struggle over there because we had to go back and forth, up and down because of that fence. Here we really have no restrictions except for me kind of not driving in a straight line. But another thing that we did on that episode was we actually leased a trailer. Now, I don't know if that's necessarily what we want to do. We might do that again because unfortunately, that trailer that we just got. Oh, shoot. Well, get out of the way here. That trailer that we just got for the cotton only does stuff that you can pick up off the ground with, like, I don't know what you want to call it. It does like the loose stuff, the foliage, like you would get from foraging. I guess that's what it would be, the foraging stuff. So you got your grass, you got your hay, straw, silage. It'll pick all that stuff up, or I should say, you can put it in there along with cotton, but that's it. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to go about doing this because I don't know how many sugar beet harvests we're going to do, depending on how this one goes. So I tell you what, I think I know what I am going to do. I think I am going to lease a trailer for this harvest. And depending on how this harvest goes, if this goes pretty well, and this seems like something that we want to keep doing, maybe we'll go ahead and buy another trailer. But I think for the time being, while we're just figuring things out, trying to see what we want to do here, I think we're going to go ahead and just lease it. I know in one of my other episodes, I'm not going to really address it too much, but, oh shoot. Sometimes leasing can be looked at as not always the best of options. And I completely understand that. I get that. And that's why I went and I bought the cotton stuff, because if I go ahead and do just or I should say lease the cotton stuff, yeah, I'm going to make a ton of money off that. And it's really not going to matter too much because I'm just going to continually bring in the money. Same thing with this, the sugar beet. I figure at this point we leased it the first time. Let's go ahead and buy it the second time. And now that we have bought this, maybe that second trailer might not be a bad idea to have around if we're going to keep doing these types of harvests. Because depending on how much cash we make off of this, I could definitely see us wanting to do this a little bit more. So that's kind of where I'm sitting with this. At least that's my general thought. I'm turning that off for just 1 second just to kind of see where we're at, see how we're doing. And I also want to come over here and give this thing a shot, see if this tractor's actually going to be able to pull this stuff. Because then I don't have to keep swapping back and forth. I can just do what I have to do. Alright, so we turn this one on. Alright, now this I don't know what I have to do with. I cannot remember if I have to have it unload anywhere or if it just does it. Oh, no, it works just fine. It works just fine. But we all know the little 833 here is probably not going to be able to handle it long term. But ultimately, this is a really slick setup. I like this. If I have to go ahead and do stuff on the ground, or I should say, I guess if you're doing potatoes or you're really doing anything that you have to pick up off the ground, I really like this setup. It'd be nice to see if we could get something like this modded out to essentially pick up anything off the ground. Because I think originally this was set up to do just potatoes, and with the help of a handy-dandy friend of mine, we were able to go ahead and make it do sugar beets, which is fabulous. Um, come on. Oh, that was... I knew it was too good to be true. I knew it was too good to be true. Alright, well, this guy is... Alright, this guy is not going to be able to handle that. Oh, man. So, I tell you what, guys. What I'm probably going to end up doing here... Let's see. Maybe we'll go ahead and do just... yeah, we'll go ahead and you guys can check this out, see what you think of it for a little while. And then we'll probably bop on out, and I'll get back to you a little later on. If something pops up, we'll kind of take it from there and see how things go. But, yeah, I think pretty soon here we're going to be rolling in the sugar beets. Now, I'm not sure how much we're going to get off all this, but I think we're going to do pretty darn well. Oh, that's right. That's one last thing I wanted to quick mention. Couple things I've decided when it comes to, at least with the sugar beets. Since this silo that we have over here, both the two silos, this one and the main silo, cannot hold sugar beets, what we're going to end up doing is selling sugar beets for the best price that we can find at. Right now, Land Handle is the best price. That's super convenient. It's close to us. We don't have any storage for the sugar beets, so we can't just store them. I don't want to take them all the way over to the other location and then wait till there's a good price. No, we're just going to go ahead and sell them. And I'm kind of thinking that maybe what we do with the cotton, when we do our big cotton plant and everything, but I think that might be something we wait for another time to try and figure that one out. Worst case scenario, what we'll probably do with that very first cotton harvest is we will hold on to that one for the best price, sell it, and then after that, if we buy a field that's dedicated for cotton, that's what we're going to end up doing. So, like I tried saying before, I'm going to say it again, guys. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to knock this out, and I will probably catch up with you guys at some point. I'll see you in a bit. Welcome back, everyone. We are just finishing up with the very end of our harvest. Oh, my goodness. Oh, boy. That was a lot of sugar beets. Now, obviously, it's not a lot compared to, some of the other people who you've seen probably in the past do huge sugar beet harvests. But for me on this... considering this is only my second time really diving into sugar beets, yeah, it was pretty intense. So let's see here. Let's get some quick numbers for us here. Well, for starters here, this row over here, I accidentally ran it over. So, whoops. We're not going to count that. So, just taking a quick look here, it looks like we ended up with 102,000 liters of sugar beets Actually, it's 102,238 liters of sugar beets that we actually got off of this. And we'll go ahead and I'll write down this total here, and I'll let you know how much we ended up with all together. So we ended up with $41,184. Booyah! Oh man, that was cool. That is super, super cool. Oh my goodness, it was a lot of work though. It was a lot of work. I definitely have a lot more appreciation. I just was looking at the front of this thing. I definitely have a lot more appreciation for the in-game stuff that there is. Like, let's take a look at this here for a second. I slowed time down. I had it at 5 times, but I seen there was rain in the forecast, so I decided, let's slow down because I still have to get my other field taken care of over there. But let's take a look at this. Like, this stuff in here. Yeah, these guys here. I tell you what, yeah, you know what? It fills up fast. It really does. Whoop-de-doo. I mean, this stuff here is phenomenal compared to having to pick stuff up off the ground. You can't beat it. You really can't beat it. And obviously, this guy on the big dog, the next bigger size, and then this. I mean, you know, I have a lot more appreciation. The amount of money that you spend on this, it's definitely worth it. It definitely is worth it. Oh man, so let's kind of go put this stuff over here for the time being. Now, one thing that I am going to do on this field here is we're going to go ahead, prep it, get it all taken care of, the whole 9 yards. But we will end up going ahead and doing sugar beets on, not sugar beets, I'm sorry. What's that white stuff? Cotton. We're gonna go do cotton on that one. Oh man, so one thing I did want to point out to you guys really quick right here, as you guys are probably starting to see, we're starting to get quite a bit of equipment. Now, I might go ahead and start putting some of the stuff in here, like some of our specialty things, because we do have room in here. The reason why I don't have these open a lot of the time is because I run into them. But I suppose if I have some specialty items, maybe I can start sticking them back in there. I was also potentially thinking about putting a barn up someplace, or not a barn, but a shed somewhere, just so we have that extra room because, oof, I mean, we're starting to run out of room here. But, you know, I guess that's one of those things that I guess it's a blessing. You know, it's a blessing that we're doing that well, that we're running out of room. Because, you know, just the dollars and cents that we go ahead and get... Ooh, sorry. Okay, that's already taken care of. Just the amount of money that we're actually keeping track of is not the total amount of money that we're making on this map. We're making a ton of money doing various things, from different contracts, which, speaking of which, I'm going to go check the contracts real quick, as I haven't taken a peek at them in a while. From contracts to... well, let's just go take a look at this really quick here. Where are we at? Oh, yeah, with this real quick here, we're going to go repay everything that we absolutely can, so we only have $5,000 in the hole. But, you know, when we go ahead and sell a vehicle, now that's not necessarily from that, but let's use this one. I know this was us selling a vehicle or various bits and pieces. There were some mishaps on my part where I actually bought the wrong... the thing that was picking the stuff up off the ground, the sugar beets up off the ground. I bought the wrong one. I returned it. I got the correct one. I kind of jagged around with the money to get it back to where it was, because that was a oopsie doodle. I didn't want to screw everything up. But we do have property income. Now, it's not a ton of money, but it is something. We are going to go and throw some manure on that. Don't know if it's going to be today or not, but I mean, look at this harvest income. That is just absolutely intense for the day. I mean, and then other. I don't know what other is, but it's not the only stuff that we have coming in here. And the various bits and pieces that we buy for us around the farm is just it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It's a good problem to have. Now, what I'm going to do here really quick is I'm going to generate a course, have this thing start to get itself going. We'll go 3 passes counterclockwise. That way I can get other stuff set up while this is starting to rock and roll. The reason why I'm doing this on this field as opposed to hiring a helper, because the fence screws with it and I just can't do it otherwise. So that's why we got this rock and rolling with courseplay right here. So let's come on here and take a look and see what we have going on. I did accept this contract for oats. Accept, oh shoot. What'd I do? Sugar beets, no. Cancel. Gosh darn it all. That's the 3rd time I've actually clicked on that thing. But, yeah, we'll go ahead and accept all these. I didn't dare look at anything. New contracts. I still don't want, okay. I didn't dare click on anything here because I had to get this done. Everything else got put on hold, especially when I had the super sugar beet team out here. Oh, man. I did have this guy out rocking and rolling for a little while, but it got to be a struggle. Actually, with the Doots out there, the Doots actually came to a complete standstill at one point because of the way the trailer was, how full it was. It was hooked up to the sugar beet picker upper thing, whatever you want to call it, and it just was a pain in the butt. We couldn't get it going. It came to a complete standstill. So if that guy had issues with it, this one for sure was going to end up having problems as well. So it was one of those judgment calls to get this guy off to the side. But that was only a short-term thing. This guy here definitely holds its weight. It carries. It does what it needs to do, you know? Ooh. Okay, what's going on here? That was a little weird. Yeah, so I mean that's kind of where we're at. That's we got stuff going. Oh shoot, here. Let's get this going. Yeah. So I mean, ultimately, I think we're doing pretty good. Now, I'm not gonna lie. The sugar beets were a lot of work. Currently, one of the things that I have to do, I may have mentioned this here, or I don't remember where I mentioned it. I mentioned it somewhere. One of the things that I got going for me as an electrician, I have to keep on going back to school to make sure my license stays up to date. I've been taking on a little bit more schooling, so I don't always have lots and lots of time. So before, when I was talking about potentially doing sugar beets, I don't know how much and how often that's going to end up happening. We'll do it whenever we can, but it's not going to be a for sure dedicated thing. Probably more likely to have cotton, because that I can essentially set it and forget it. When it comes to doing the sugar beets, though, picking all that stuff up by myself, I got to do that. Yeah, so I mean, it is what it is. It absolutely is what it is. And now even this fertilizing contract, I'm just butchering. Oh, man. This isn't too bad, though. I know you guys have probably been out there and you've seen this if you played Farm Sim here. This actually is not that bad of a crop. There are crops out there that are much, much worse because they're low to the ground, they're a little denser, the coloration's a little weird, and you don't always have the best opportunity to go ahead and see where you've been. Those are the worst ones. Corn actually isn't too bad. I am waiting for this guy, though, because I definitely need to do that. But one of the things we're going to look at, and we're going to kind of revise what goals, not necessarily goals, but some of the things that were said about what we needed to do for this. Oh, shoot. Hang tight here for just 1 second. I didn't want to turn that off. Let's see here. Turn this on. We need to... Where is it? Deactivate. Shoot. Get that off of there. There we go. Deactivate. Alright. Shoot. Get this off. One of the things when you have precision farming on, you can activate or deactivate your spreader. Obviously, if you run into a situation like this where you aren't going to be able to finish the contract, I was able to finish the contract, but if you ever run into a situation where you have a little blurb or whatever you want to call it on the map over here and you just can't hit because precision's being weird on you, you can go ahead and turn that off, and that should end up helping out the situation. But we'll leave that alone for right now. We'll hop over here. We'll grab our tractor and go get our canola. Oops. Kind of stopped there for a second. All right. We'll drop that off. We'll probably end up putting that stuff away here eventually. Yeah, I am attached to that. All right. We'll probably end up putting this stuff away over in the barn where we kind of looked at, but for the time being, I'm not too sure where we want to go with it. Now, as for a location where we can put a shed, I think maybe over here is not a bad idea. I'd really like to keep this tree just because it's a nice tree by the pond and everything, and we've got rid of everything else, so I'd like to try and keep it. We'll see. But I'm not too sure. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Nope, 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 no. Stop, 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 stop. No, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. We got some issues. But I guess, guys, you know, this is about where we're going to go ahead and say our goodbyes because, gosh darn it, we got those sugar beets taken care of. Oh, man. Go ahead and smash that like button if you enjoyed what you're seeing here. Hit the subscribe. Oh, it's a good way to help me out. And make sure you turn on that notification. Set that sucker to all so you know when Lock Nuts is coming on again. And if you want to, go ahead and share this video and any one that I got with anybody that you want. Maybe there's somebody out there that you'd want to show this to, or maybe they might like it. I don't know. You know them better than me. Oh, jeepers, guys, we got a lot taken care of. And no, it doesn't seem like it, but holy cow, that was a lot of work doing them sugar beets. Oh, boy. Thanks for stopping by.